Hello, welcome to the crafting table. We are back here with Return to Moria in our continuing adventure to get to the eastern side through the Dimroll Gate and possibly return Moria to its rightful owners. Alright, so we're on day 6. And we just got... Oh, we just started getting a bunch of stuff. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking some of our stuff with us. There we go. That's probably okay. We should probably take food. But we will need stone. There's going to be stone out there. Take all that. I'll take some cloth. I'll definitely need wood. Some more elven wood. Pretty much everything we can get our hands on out here. We're taking those hero tokens. To be able to make the memorial flame. It gives us an extra bar of stamina. I don't know which bar is which. Okay, so I know the blue bar is kind of your, I guess you could say your sleep meter. Your rest meter. I guess also it could be called the energy. Because I think that's what it says. It says energy. Yeah, fully refilling health and energy. And I believe the sectioned bars is stamina, I want to say. Hopefully, this time around, we will run into some Hiriwas. I don't know how to pronounce it. They're Hiriwadas. You have to excuse my pronunciation, I am not fluent. But hopefully there are some of those over here this time. Got some of the Ori carvings. I believe I had stated it last time that those carvings, you will always find more than what you actually need. At least that's what I've run into so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to get over here and we're going to build down kind of in that pavilion section down there. Ah.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
Speaking of, oh my gosh, I ate the only lambus I had. There's the things I was after. And we have enough room to take all the stuff with us. Awesome. Still kind of sucks that I ate the lambus. The lembas bread. Don't know why I did that. I just pressed the wrong button, I guess. Alright, so we need to get over there. Oh, pissed him off. Thought I pissed both of them off there for a second. And I'm not 100% sure if you can actually tame those. It suggests that you can. I don't think that's entirely true. But I haven't tried, although I wouldn't know how to try. There we go. Hides. should be enough to make... Yep, that is enough. Exactly enough to make the backpack. Fantastic. So taking over this section over here will give us the ability to craft steel in our forges. Or the furnace, at least. Now, I'm thinking here that we kind of build up here. Or maybe not. There's a bear here. Maybe not the best idea. Although there's a lot of sun over here. We want a spot where we can plant crops and such. I guess the middle spot would work for that too. Trying to think long term here. If we make a nice kind of farming hold, we can have food secured once we start being able to make kind of the farming buildings. So I'm thinking somewhere around here. In fact, probably right in the middle here. This seems like a good idea. I'm sure this won't backfire at all. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna get this building started here, and we'll see what we come up with. And we are gonna need let's go ahead and do that. I kind of want to get that backpack made. Alright, we got a big backpack now. Let's deal with the local fauna. Alright, well, it was a lot of hacking away at that ore, but excuse me. Able to get all that, not all of it, but a good chunk of it chopped down there. This guy's gonna be a problem. So, go ahead and take care of him before he becomes an actual problem. Just go about that big. Maybe. Oh, here comes the problem with the snapping system rearing its ugly head. For some reason, it does not like doing what it is told. Like, I just need it to snap to this, but it wants to not be that way. And it's doing it everywhere, which is odd because it's just a straight straightforward bit. And it's really not that tall of an order. Just a little bit, man. Just a little bit there. Like, I mean, everything's kosher here. Unless it's just not. For some reason. Okay, well, let's see if we can find some metal really quick. I think there was some left over here. So I'm assuming if I break this... anything else going to cause me problems here? Hopefully not. I just want to place down a floor. And it's still doing it. Really don't know what's holding me back here. But I think what I'm going to do to try and fix that is just build this way instead. Because that's just going to annoy me to no end. Okay. So we got a good base to go off of. Let's go ahead and put a door here. And a door, I want to say there, but I just want to be sure. Yeah. Right there. Okay. And we'll just put some stone walls up. Not really too worried about all kinds of stability or anything. I think it's just going to be that big and that's it. Okay, we can do roasted fruit, or we could do meat. Meat's probably the safe bet, since we have plenty of that right now. At least until we head back and grab the rest of everything else. Just pop the bed down. And we'll sleep here in a moment, but it looks like we have some new things to read out here. So cabbages, a leafy plant that adds a satisfying crunch to dishes. It thrives in the Elven Quarter. Grab apples, fruit found in the Elven Quarter that favors the light. Pleasingly bitter when eaten raw, cooked, or dried. Orange gems. Iolite, an indigo gemstone, creates a fine purple tint used for armor tinting and found in star metal ore veins. Alright, let's go ahead and take ourselves a big ol' sleep. And then we'll eat again and continue working on what we need to work on. For now, let's go ahead and throw down a coal pallet. So we need to get rid of all this coal that we mined out. Or at least get it out of our inventory. There we go. I think there's still some in the chests. And there's some right there. Do that out too. And then we need quite a bit more stone. And we'll just go ahead and finish off the rocks over here. Alright. Basically cleared out that whole section. And we're not going to be able to get the wood back for pretty much all that. So, we'll just leave it. I mean, I guess I could also drop it. Maybe save on some sort of memory or resource or something. get a little bit back. One piece. One whole piece. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and build up the walls. Get things situated inside. Right there. That should be enough covering for columns to keep things from falling. Hopefully. I guess not. Or yes? I honestly have no idea how the stability works in this game. I don't know if it's similar to how Valheim's stability works, but it kind of, like, sometimes it'll be fine, sometimes not so much. Now again, it's gonna be probably a minute before we actually get enough bat guano to build the boxes. I think it's like 6 guano per box, and it's the little 3 planter box. Those are kind of the best ones. So that's kind of the ones I want to try and get. What to do, what to do. Okay, so we need to move our hearth inside. We need to move the bedroll somewhere else for now. And try and set this up as best as possible to make sense. So I'm just going to throw bedroll up top. I'm going to get the hearth inside, and we'll see what we come up with. Okay. Things are looking a bit better in here. One thing I want to try and do is get some more stone. Looks like night already fell. But it shouldn't be
Quiet. I see
too
prey
far
ahead.
away to get some stone. There's kind of a few decent spots in this area to mine. I believe these areas are kind of the only ones that don't have any sort of procedural generation to them. Sort of these main areas, they're all roughly about the same as far as I can tell. Alright, that's coal. We don't need coal right now. Iron. Iron is what we need. Iron and metal scraps, actually. I believe I read this already. Just in case I didn't. I don't think I did. Nope. Less shadows. These runes are the markings of the wizard Tharkun. Here is what is written. Foolish, stubborn dwarves and their grudges. There is less shadow here because it shies away from elven magic. No sign of Thrain, Gandalf. Well, I'll be keeping my grudges. Thank you very much there, Tharkun. Yep, we got some iron. Fantastic. That's what we're after. We're gonna need lots of iron, lots of coal, lots of all kinds of stuff, actually. But mostly iron right now. We already got quite a bit of coal. Don't know if I could reach that. Yep. Barely, okay. Oh. Yeah, I knew that one was going to be kind of a problem. There we go. We'll attach this one at the end so it doesn't just collapse as soon as we go to break it. And we want to start from the top and work our way down. Alright, let's see what we got here. Got a pretty decent amount already. So we should probably head back, because it's getting kind of late in the evening. It's actually night already. And we want to make sure we don't stay up too late. Kind of mess with the sleep schedule we got going. Okay, let's see. We've got roasted fruit. We'll just keep going with that one. Oh, we need resources for that. We're gonna have to walk around and try and find some of that. What do you call it? And if you're wondering why I haven't put in windows yet, I put windows on the top floors, so that way enemies can't see through the bottom floor. Can't really spot you on the top floor. I mean, unless you're exposed like this, but it's neither here nor there right now. Rubblehead. Narzoon. I couldn't read it fast enough. Hopefully we see that one again. I like that. I like the dwarven sayings that pop up. Okay, let's throw all this in here. We'll just leave it for now. And then we need to drop off the stone, iron, pretty much everything. In fact, speaking of everything, where is that? Yeah, here we go. There we go. Pretty decent amount of iron off of that. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and build the place up a little. Wow. Those guys just snuck up, didn't they? I did not hear them at all. Could have possibly been because I didn't have my other headphone on where it should have been. So that is probably my fault, my mistake. So, alright, let's see. What are we gonna do about this? Okay. Now we're not gonna leave all the barriers. I need to stop doing that. I need to remember. Right click reopens the menu. There we go. Okay. And then we can build back one. Because obviously we won't be able to build on top of that. I mean, I guess we could, but it, you know, we can't really build on it effectively. We could put a floor above it, though. That shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so we do that, and there you go. Now, I don't know how the sunlight works, if it'll still shine through, because there are some crops that can't be grown in sun. Mushrooms, for instance. So I don't know how this is going to work. We shall find out together. that block the sun going? It does. Wow. Alright. Cool. Well, hopefully that works as far as growing those types of crops. It's a very simple design, but we don't really have a whole lot of building pieces quite yet. So this will have to do for now. In fact, do we have a short? Yeah, we do have a short column. Wonderful. Sorry, why'd you break? That was weird. Let's rebuild that and hopefully it sticks this time. I don't know if anybody else has had that kind of issue where things seem to break without that much of a clear reason for it. There's one of the pieces that we're going to need. So let's go ahead and move that kind of towards the gate. Whoops. Hitting my microphone like it owes me money. Let's move this towards the gate here, because we're going to need that later. Okay, so we just got done kind of going around that whole little town section over there and got quite a bit of metal fragments and a fair bit of iron out of some of those boxes. So keep that in mind when you're going around the kind of the pre-built buildings, is that you can get quite a bit of materials just doing that. Pretty phenomenal amount, actually. I was a little surprised. What is it? 30? Yeah, 35. Pretty decent amount. Try to avoid little pig dudes. I wish there was like a way to kind of draw them in. Maybe there is. I'm just not thinking about it enough. Let's see. See if I throw down some apples. Come on, buddy. No? How about cabbage? No? No cabbage? No cabbage, buddy? Okay. I'll leave you alone. Alright, gonna eat a bit of raw meat. Tide me over till I get back to camp. Okay, we are back in a little hut here. In fact, we're gonna start smelting a bit of iron. We're gonna get a bit of iron going here. We're gonna need some iron for later on, I think. We're gonna need some. Let's go ahead and repair our gear. We're gonna prep for the next day here. How many arrows do I have? 20. Let's go ahead and make 2 more stacks of those. We need to figure out where... Let's see. Where can we put... Yeah, forge. We need one of those here. Now, I don't know what side he stands on. I think just whatever side you just so happen to be at there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we can make replacement tube or replacement pipes, but we don't need to. We did have a couple of things pop up. Let's go ahead and check it out. Eggs, a tasty baking ingredient or breakfast meal found in nests high in cavernous areas. Feathers, cast-offs from the birds of the caves, useful for arrow crafting. Oh, excuse me. Whew, and findable near nests up high in cavernous areas. Also cavernous areas. Alright. Now we need to lay down those chests again. And I think this time we're just gonna go, let's see. Let's break the workbench. We'll move it just on over here. Somewhere kind of... Yeah, you know what? How about right behind the forge? Oh wait, no. No. Yes. No. Right there. That's good. That's a good spot. Alright. Let's see. Well, click. There we go. There you go, buddy. Let's go ahead and make a few chests here. Just like before. I'm just trying to conserve space in here. And we'll start throwing bits of equipment in each of them. See, we can put stone and probably not. Let's see, valuables we can put elsewhere. Different chest altogether. I'm gonna have to make a trip or two back to our old stomping grounds to pick everything else up. Alright, so we got that, and that. Good. Okay. We do have some seeds. Ooh, it's the middle of the dark right now, so I'm gonna need to... Let's go ahead and cook a roasted meat. Let's take our sleep. And I think I destroyed... my bedroll, I want to say, at some point. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Alright, let's finish the floor up here. Okay. Let's get some more food. One more meat while we grab some of this junk here. Oh, we ran out of coal. There we go. We didn't need anything else from here for now. So let's go ahead and throw our iron ingots down onto a pallet somewhere. No, not right there. And you know what? Right behind the forge. Whoops. There we go. Got a fair few of those. We don't need this much wood on us right now. We will be making that memorial flame. We're going to be putting that guy upstairs. Nice little place of honor somewhere. So now we can get hero spirit anytime we want, and that is bonus to energy for a short amount of time. So I guess the yellow bars are energy. And I suppose the blue bar is stamina, I think. Alright, elven wood. Good. And then you know what? No, not yet. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, I exited the wrong way. I'm gonna make my way back to our old base. And I'm gonna start trucking things over here. So if anything interesting happens along the way, you'll know about it. But I'll bring you back once we're back at the new base location. Alright. So put all that in there. Good. In fact, let's get a steel pallet. Steel ingot pallet. And we'll just put it right there. We don't need a whole lot of room in this area, just because we're not going to be staying here too long. I mean, we'll be coming back here, especially once we gain the ability for fast travel. We'll be coming back here to check on and get the different crops and whatnot, but that's pretty much it. So let's see, what else do we gotta drop off? We got some oh, I'm clicking this over here. Oh, weird thing for me to do. Okay, mushrooms, there you go. And I know we had another chest around here that was kind of empty. Yeah, there you go. We'll just throw that in there. The one-handed sword is pretty decent with dealing with multiple enemies at once, but I kind of find it not as useful as it could be, I think. I only really use it in the case of, I mean, basically just the case of dealing with like 3 or 4 enemies at the same time, but they got to be like the weak ones for it to really be effective, just because of how kind of fighting works. You know, this can go right there. Oh, you know what? We forgot to drop the meat. Nah, it does kind of matter. You know what? It's already night. This is a tough one. It's already on to the night section of the night, as it were. We'll hold on to that. We'll go ahead and repair our things. We'll just go ahead and get some food going for the morning. I think we'll go with honestly, probably just go with a meat stew. We've got lots of ingredients for the meat stew. And we'll just go ahead and hit up resting. We'll get our hero spirit buff going, so we have some extra. We've got our fantastic food. Let's drop the meat before we forget. Well, before I forget, because I will. Can't remember exactly what well-fed does. Restoring and no, that's not it. All actions cost less energy for a short time. Let's see if that's true. Not true for those. Not true for that. I would imagine it means something other than what I'm thinking. Probably running. Because it's definitely not the rolling. Alright, bring you back here momentarily. Okay, we're just about back. One thing I don't think I picked yet would be right here. Elbreth's Blessing. A blessing of mysterious elvish nature. A cook must have this blessing to execute on several ale, meal, and ration recipes found in the Elven Quarter and can be asked for only once a day.
A bear nest!
Apparently there's a bear nest. I was just grabbing up a bunch of the food here. We've got a pretty decent stockpile going already. Just want to make sure to keep that going. Alright, so the plan for the rest of the day is to get everything set up and ready. Ooh, some aloe blossoms, or blooms. But the plan is to get the whole forge area set up to refire. Oh, I'm standing on a banner. And then once we have pretty much all the pieces in place, we'll be just about ready to get it going. But I would like to get the buff from the Durin statue. Let's go ahead and drop all this stuff. There we go. Alright, that's all good. Let's put the stone away. I guess we could also finish setting up the home here. There you go. We still have the hide. There we go. Now eventually we'll be able to fill another slot here with something that we could actually use. But for now, what I'm going to do, like I said, we're going to get this all set up, ready to go.
An elven forge in an elven hall within Khazad-dûm? Must be rubble in my eyes.
Man, it is dark. There we go. Shed a little light on the situation here. Is there another one? There is not. Okay. So we're gonna have to build something a little screwy here to get up there. So it's gonna have to be like kind of like that, and then this might work. Let's see. There we go, and then we could jump up. Might be able to pick it up. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, we don't need to mess with that anymore. Alright, get this up to the gear placement spot. There we go. Slotted into place. And then the final piece is the lever here, or the crank. Apparently you can punch while carrying this stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that right there. We're going to go collect elven wood for the rest of the day here. And let's see what things we uncovered here. Dwarven history. The friendship of Narvi and Celebrimbor. The friendship between the master dwarven craftsman Narvi and the elf lord Celebrimbor is one of the most well-known and respected amongst dwarves, elves, and other races. A symbol of friendship between dwarves and elves. Together, Narvi and Celebrimbor crafted numerous famed works at this elven forge. They had merged the great metal crafts of Khazad-dûm and a region to create such works as the substance Ithilidin, the doors of Durin, and much more. Few dwarf-elf friendships through the ages are so marked as theirs. Alright, recipe list. Forge. Here's the different replacement pieces that we uncovered. Alright, my guy is pretty exhausted at this point. Got a fair bit of elven wood. Quite a bit. So we're gonna go ahead and sock that away for later. Let's go ahead and put away all of our food as well. Fantastic amount of food so far. Okay. Let's go ahead and cook up just something quick. Something easy. Mushroom stew ought to do it. Alright, let's move our bed downstairs for tonight. So we want not only an early start, but a quick start. In fact, we're gonna need stone. I know we're gonna need stone to fix that statue. And better fix all of our stuff too. Didn't even think about that. That'd have been terrible. Ah, I should have started the food earlier. Let's go with the meat stew. Yeah, meat stew is good. We'll grab our hero spirit buff. And let's run and run and run and run. Once we come back, the food should be done and ready. At which point we eat that, get our hero spirit buff again. So we want to try and have it around for the whole fight, which would be fantastic. Then we'll come back and finish off that whole fight, starting up the forge. Alright, I'm going to quiet myself for the singing. Let's read this first. Monuments to Durin raise spirits. There is more to this monument than just history and honor. Now that it is rebuilt, it drives away darkness and despair with hope and courage. Shadow dare not approach it.
Young, the mountains green, no stain yet on the moon was seen, no words were laid on stream or stone when Durin woke and walked alone. He named the nameless his and hers. He drank from yet untasted wells. He stooped and looked in mirror and saw a crown of stars. the shadow of his head.
Awesome.
Till Durin wakes from sleep.
All right, we'll read that. A monument to Durin the Third. Once we finish our bit of a tussle over here that we're gonna have. All right, here we go. We're gonna light a bunch of these. So that way we can fight in the light. Oh, stand back. Alright, got all that stuff.
Orc drums! Get ready to fight!
Oh, I'm ready to fight.
Go back to your hole!
By Durin's beard.
We got orcs! Nothing!
I'll just start collecting stuff while they're not looking.
Ha ha! That's one more for me! That's all you got?
Ooh, a black diamond. Fantastic. Got them all. Fantastic. Wasn't too difficult. Of course, I had a lot of help from the buffs. But we found a black diamond, which is awesome because those are pretty rare. I think they... Ooh, another one? Maybe they raised the drop rate on them or something. We have 26 entries to go through. Holy cow. Took a few hits. It's okay, we did pretty good. One thing I do want to do is I want to finish this spot right here, finish building this spot right here before we head out to the mines. Let's go ahead and look through all the entries we have now. Those are the same. Orcs. Forge's roar alerted a horde. After relighting the great forge of Narvi, the booms echoed through the whole mountain. It's no wonder it brought every orc within 20 fathoms down upon the chamber. Even the goblin men and the Moria orcs joined in mutual violence. A monument to Durin the Third. A statue of Durin the Third, who shut the door in Sauron's face. Ah, if only he had woken when Erebor and Dale needed him. Durin the Third, king of Khazad-dûm, late Second Age. a patron of grand and beautiful craftsmanship, for whom the doors of Durin were made, a kindly king, a reign of friendship, with men and elves under the mountain's shade. He is Durin the Defender, protector of our kingdom, who shut out the shadow, for this realm shall not fade. Alright, Dwarfcraft. First Age Dwarfcraft. Exploring the lower deeps has revealed... I haven't done that yet, because we got some black diamonds. This is why we have this. Exploring the lower deeps has revealed several weapon designs of an unusual sort. Likely they are lost yet powerful weapons from the First Age. These discoveries will greatly advance the dwarves of the Fourth Age. Locations in Moria. Great Forge of Narvi. The Great Forge of Narvi is hot enough to melt steel ingots. It can be used to create a new steel pickaxe as well. Pickaxe as well as weapons and armor made with copper and a special dwarf elf hybrid. Let's see. Don't think that was one yet. Black diamonds. Here we go. An exceedingly hard black jewel hoarded chiefly by orcs in camps and towns, used to inscribe runes of power for mechanisms, structures, and tools. And topazes. A precious golden jewel found in the darkest deeps and used for runes and crafting. Again, we haven't been down there, but... see, furnace. Now we can make steel ingots. They require coal and iron ore, 3 of each. At the forge, we can now make a steel pickaxe, which we actually have the materials for right now, which is awesome. Steel hammer, which we're going to need as well to fix the different statues in the surrounding area and down below. The First Age pickaxe. This pickaxe has runes inscribed using black diamonds, giving it power to mine difficult rock and carefully extract fragile but valuable ores such as silver. The Kuzdul Forge can make the Aragion Spear and Shield Wall, which I don't even know what the Kuzdul Forge is yet. Same thing with the Great Forge of Narvi. And then these, whatever these question marks are. And that's pretty much it for that. So our pickaxe that we currently have, we no longer need. So we'll just go ahead and drop it. The iron hammer as well. We do have some steel ingots already. So what we could do is we definitely want the pickaxe first. Let's get the steel hammer as well. Now we can make small platform +1. And then these are different scaffolding types. We can use... I think you still need to have a hearth nearby to build these. So. Alright, so we have our pickaxe. Let's put our steel hammer down here now. We won't really need it straight off the bar, but since we don't really have anything else to put down there at the moment, that's where it will go. Alright, let's put the black diamonds with the rest of the jewels that we found. Found 52 gold coins off of all those enemies, which was pretty awesome. And a bunch of metal fragments, which is good. Let's go ahead and take all the stone we have, and we'll put away the meat. Repair our stuff. And let's go around and start repairing up all these. Well, actually, what do we have the time for it? We have a little bit of time. We can go around and start... Sorry, I didn't mean to alarm you. We have a little bit of time to be able to go and fix up all these. Yeah, Elven arrows is one of them. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Dwarfcraft. Aragion Dwarven Dwarfcraft. This style of armor and weapons are of dwarven strength and elven elegance, a valuable fruit of the friendship of Narvi and Celebrimbor. With the right gem crafting, these pieces give off their own faint light. Alright, in here we've got, let's see, the Aragion Shield, an elvish design, gives off faint light in the darkness. The Aragion Spear, which I already knew. Using an elven technique, the bronze tip of the spear is quite unique among a dwarven armory. Good for rapid single target attacks. Charge for a heavy forward stab. It's many forward stabs. It's actually a really good weapon. I'm probably going to go for it as soon as I can. Shield Wall. Using this tower shield, a single dwarf can defend an entire band from attack. Only one masterwork can be carried at a time. That is one of the masterworks that can be built. And then elven arrows. Swift, slender arrows of elven wood with bronze tips yields 30 arrows, which is a really good piece of equipment. So we'll probably go for some of that too. But I think that's pretty much it for today. We did quite a bit of stuff. Maybe didn't get as far as I would have liked, but hey, sometimes I get a little sidetracked with games like this. A little sidetracked, start doing other things. You know how it goes. In fact, one thing I'm going to do before I head out is I'm going to start getting all these steel ingots going. We're still going to need iron as well, but I want to get those to getting. Alright, we're just going to drop off our food here. Everything's looking fantastic. We've got lots of stores of food. We've got quite a bit of, well, not that much stone, honestly. Got a good fair amount of elven wood. And honestly, I think, I mean, you guys can let me know what you think. If you think it'd be okay for me to kind of farm out stuff in my free time, so that way I don't waste too much time recording that type of thing. Or, if you guys want to see it all, that's cool too. We could do it either way. Or maybe some of the building can be done off camera, or... But, yeah, let me know what you think so far. I'm having a pretty good time. I know the game's a little strange at times. It's got its little quirks and hiccups and definitely bugs. There's quite a few bugs. The combat's pretty clunky. But, overall, I've been enjoying my time with this game. I've been waiting... I know I said this in the first episode, but I've been waiting for a game basically exactly like this. Some sort of survival crafting, retaking Moria. I mean, it's all there. All the things I wanted is basically there. Just a few things that could be tweaked, and it would just... I mean, no game is ever perfect, but with my bias towards Lord of the Rings, it would basically make it perfect for me, personally, so... but yeah, anyway, thanks again for stopping by and checking out Return to Moria with me, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Until then, have a great night, everyone.